The next Summers, the new Slay World. That's what people have been calling this guy and his entourage of affiliated rappers. And it's probably what you've been hearing about him. By the way, I'm aware of how corny it sounds, but there's always some truth to everything. So you might have just looked him up and seen this hideous fit pic. Don't click off the video, I promise he's hard. And you better not laugh.
You come around me acting funny and I don't know you, or you think you're funny around here, you're gonna get shit in your shit.
But right now, Osamason is probably the hottest underground rapper in his scene right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've been paying attention to him for a while now, but just recently it feels like everything has been clicking for him. He's definitely next up in the underground. I've seen it before, and it's a culmination of things: good music, consistency, promoting yourself, a unique sound, cool personality, and a community for fans to be part of. Osamason checks all the boxes. But who is this guy? Is his music hard? And what is it about him? Well, like all underground rappers just coming up, he's a bit mysterious, so in this video I'll fill you in on who this guy is and what I think of him. Osamason is a 19-year-old Muslim rapper who mostly raps on dark plug beats, a subgenre of plug and B, sort of, from South Carolina. He was born in Ohio and his parents were divorced. He actually grew up around music. His uncles would all make music and had their own studio. He'd even record on some of their beats. Eventually, he was introduced to FL Studio, where he started making his own beats and actually wanted to become a mainstream producer at first. He'd upload his type beats to YouTube through the name Osamason. That no longer exists. His name actually came from his friend's whose was his mom's name with son at the end of it. He thought it was hard. Honestly, I think it's hard too, to be honest, and named himself Osamason, like he's son of Osama. And he's one of the few rappers that actually has their own wave. You know, unique sound, cool image, all of that. Whose music is actually really good. A lot of people just blow up for their unique sound, but let's be honest, we're not actually listening to them seriously or a lot. Osamason is different. You might have seen him after a certain pic went viral on Twitter within the underground community. I saw people making jokes about how this was the real coronavirus. Who even are these guys? People saying, man, I'm getting old. There are new underground rappers every week. But what really caught on was the comparisons to Slay World. Even though they, Osana, 3, OK Mar, 1AM, Wildcard Uno, etc. aren't even in the group. Everyone in that picture is just friends and just talk to each other a lot. But let me take you back to when I first heard him. I think it was 6 months ago. He was mad small, or 8 months ago, or 9 months ago, something like that. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't too hot. He was just one of those obscure SoundCloud rappers with like one good song, that's it. I was actually a bigger fan of his friend O Santa and OK Mar. Then I heard his song Garfield and I was like, yo, he's pretty good. And finally I heard Back from Dead and started doing push-ups. He's also been grinding since last year. He has a lot of trillers and a lot of old music, so he's definitely been putting in work, not only into his music, but promoting himself as well. Also, I thought his name was Osamason. I kept thinking, what an odd name. I thought OSA was like a group or his gang or whatever. It took me months, and then finally I realized, oh, it's Osama, like Osamason. That makes so much more sense. Like that one guy that lost in Jenga or knocked down the dominoes. You know that. Just, I'm not trying to be funny. You just can't talk about it like that on YouTube. I just really like his production from this one guy, Buliman. His flow, his voice is cool too. He's not rapping about anything deep either, but his lyrics are alright as well. So let's go through some of his popular songs. The first song is Ha, and it looks like in the beginning he was producing all of his stuff, or at least mostly, but since then he hasn't really been producing his own stuff. Ha was cool, I liked the song, but his first song that really stood out was Go to Hell. By the way, he's been releasing stuff since like 2021 at least. He has 3 projects from that year, or at least what it looks like on his Genius page: I'm the Man, Vengeance, and Carnival. Go to Hell, which dropped the 10th of May 2022, is still his best song in my opinion. I actually prefer it to his newer stuff. His melodic stuff is just better in my opinion. The Zangang melody is a nice touch too. He continued the sound for like a year on songs like Catch Him and On Me, and he changed it with a song called In the Cut. And I like Buliman's beats, but the 808 in that song will give you a seizure if you listen to it more than like 5 minutes, so it's not a great song. Then he dropped Garfield at the end of 2022. This song was alright, but his first big song would be Back from the Dead. This was the song I was talking about when I said I started doing push-ups. The song was hard as and this type of beat has kind of become his thing, as well as the flow. You can hear it in songs like DTS 5, his largest song. I guess he's into Cadillacs. The song has almost 500,000 in only 2 months. He dropped a music video for the song as well, Thuggin' With My Rounds. So past his music, which I think is really good, we all know music isn't what makes an artist blow up. It's their image, the people they're surrounded with, and yeah, how well their music will be received by mainstream fans. Image-wise, he's got it. I know I keep saying this, but it's the main reason why an artist gains traction, whether you like it or not. Just take a look at someone like Lunchbox, for example, whose music is alright, but he doesn't really have that image, if you know what I mean. But Osamason does. He doesn't seem like a douchebag either. If you watch the interview he has, he's Seems like a pretty cool guy. If that's not enough to convince you, a fan made a page with 17 reasons why Osamason is the GOAT. Also, you should watch out for his collaborators like Oh Santa, 1AM, they're really good as well. He even linked up with Xavier So Based, and Xavier produced a song for him. Honestly, they should make some beats together. So where do I think he'll be in a couple of years? Up probably at 20, 30, 40k on SoundCloud, maybe more. Those are like low estimates. Overall, I'd give him a 7.5. Don't take it personal or anything. I'm not Anthony Fantano, just a rough number. I wish him the best. Have a nice day and see you next time.